often are you feeling pulled into work when you're trying to be present in other aspects of your life? If you feel like you can't catch a break, then keep watching. Hi, my name is Lily, and I'm the Director of Training and Coach Development at Body Brain Alliance. I'm also a wife and mother of 2 little ones, and I'm currently training for my first marathon. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about work-life balance and how to achieve more separation so that you can live a more present life and be more mindful in each of those moments. We know that our schedules are usually packed from day to night. We have a lot to do, we have busy jobs, goals of our own, and we're trying to be the best version of ourselves while checking off all of the boxes before our head hits a pillow each night. Work-life balance is the equilibrium between an individual's personal life and professional life. It considers how an individual prioritizes their time and manages the competing demands of work and home. But more recently, it's used to describe an individual's stress management and burnout. It makes sense, right? If work is never ending and personal things are never ending and they're constantly crashing into each other, we don't feel like we're getting the benefits of the separation and the healthy boundaries. We aren't able to compartmentalize. Work-life balance is going to look different from person to person. You know you have a healthy work-life balance when you're able to feel calm, grounded, happy, fulfilled in both your personal life and your work life. You want to feel as though that you're able to fulfill your job responsibilities adequately, participate in the things that you love, care for yourself both emotionally and physically, and meet all of your foundational needs like eating, sleeping, getting outside. A positive relationship between work and life includes boundaries. It includes time management, healthy coping mechanisms, and flexibility both cognitively and physically. If you are feeling like you are either working all the time or unsure of where to begin to set boundaries within your work obligations and schedule, then this video is for you. Let's first talk about time management. There are many ways to manage our time, but the first step I recommend to people is to audit how they are currently spending their time. Creating the perfect schedule and expectations for each hour of your day sounds great, but if you don't first fully understand what is currently happening, it can feel like an uphill battle where we're just trying to overcome obstacle after obstacle. So it can be helpful to consider tracking your time over a full week to understand how often you are on meetings, how often you're replying to emails or team messages, how often you're able to do quiet individual work on projects. Even considering things like how often you're able to take breaks, scroll on your phone, start and end your day can be really, really powerful. The next component on achieving a healthy work-life balance is boundaries. Boundaries are going to look different for person to person, but some things to consider are your working hours, especially when working from home, your reaction to other people's requests or problems, and the urgency you feel when your social media notifications go off. You feel like you are always working. You feel like you have no time for other things in your life. This can be a pretty clear sign that some boundaries are necessary. I've had clients in the past who are checking their work email in bed right before they go to sleep and responding to messages as soon as they wake up. Having their entire lives surrounded by work leaves them exhausted and resentful. It also makes you feel as though everything is out of your control, putting you in a deep reactive state. One of the most straightforward ways in setting boundaries is determining a start and end time to your work. What time can you commit to signing off of work? What time can you commit to with starting work? Can you provide yourself more of a structured schedule to your work to lessen the spillover into your personal life? With setting this limit or this boundary, you then get to be excited about what you will put into your evenings and mornings instead. Will you finally have the time to fully commit to going to the gym, cook dinner with your partner, go outside for a walk, just chill without doing work? This, of course, is all easier said than done, but instead of hoping that you will engage in the behaviors that you want for yourself and it always hinging on work, you now get to be in the driver's seat of what happens. And this is not to say that it will be easy. Setting boundaries and time limits to create more work-life balance can be incredibly difficult. But by accepting and embracing the discomfort and difficulty at first provides a lot more benefits long-term. And of course, with boundaries comes communication. This can include letting your team know what time that you will be leaving or signing off of work for the day, saying no to additional meetings last minute, and actively choosing not to check your work email after work. Next, I recommend to create more work-life balance is intentional flexibility. This builds on the boundaries where you are able to set appropriate parameters within your work life to still get work done. Communicate well with your team, but also respect yourself and your personal life. For example, Flexibility can look like blocking off a 1 hour each day in the afternoon where you check all of the small admin-related things, touch base with a colleague about an issue that came up that day. I worked with a client recently who had a goal of creating more work-life balance and going to the gym at 4:30 at the end of her workday. She noticed that she faced a lot of obstacles doing this because she had a coworker who would pop into her office 5 minutes before she was about to leave and asked if she had a minute to chat. At first, she would say yes, but then end up missing her class completely because of the conversation got carried away. She didn't make it in time. And so boundaries, in addition to flexibility, can be helpful here. She could have said, no, I do not have time right now, unfortunately, as I have another commitment, but I would love to touch base on this tomorrow morning. She had prepared a morning block for checking email or touching base with her team before, and so this conversation could have happened at that time. Another consideration of flexibility is intentionally allowing for buffers within your calendar to allow for you to be okay in your daily obligations if your commitments or meetings slightly go over time. Booking yourself back to back only leads to additional stress and overwhelm, and therefore flexibility allows you to then understand and prepare for unforeseen circumstances. Flexibility also means that you can appropriately move priorities around your week and still get things done. Lastly, work-life balance includes healthy coping mechanisms as well as mindfulness. When stress and overwhelm hit, how are you managing it? What thoughts and stories are coming up for you? What behaviors or actions are you taking in response to that stress? Is your default to double down at work and deprioritize everything else? Is that in alignment with where you see yourself living a fulfilled, balanced life? How can you adequately equip yourself with the skills and coping mechanisms so that when that overwhelm hits, you are managing it in a way that will truly support you moving forward? This is where that mindfulness comes in. When you are doing your time audit, adjusting your calendar to be more flexible, instilling boundaries, refocusing on your personal goals, all related to work, we want to be able to be fully present in those moments. The best thing that we can do for ourselves is limit as many distractions as possible so that we can feel like we are grounded in the moment. Working out while listening to your favorite music and your phone on Do Not Disturb feels a lot better than checking your work email during your rest periods. Watching a movie with your partner before bed allows you to experience the full moment and feels a lot better than working on that project that will likely be ongoing anyways. There are many great reasons to instill more work-life balance into our lives, and these are just some of the ways that we can get started to honor that. You are more than just work, and you deserve to have goals and values that are aligned with the different activities that fall outside of your work self. Let us know in the comments one thing that you will commit to for more work-life balance from this video. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.